There won't be any news or television. There won't be any GPS. Think of all the airlines.
We've got
relying on GPS.
We've got contingency plans, but if the satellites go down, we're out of luck.
Well, and of course, an EMP strike will precede a nuclear strike by about 30 minutes. And if you see all the electricity going off, you better be aware that probably the nuclear strikes are going to be coming within 20 or 30 minutes.
Well,
and that will be chaos. One of the things I point out in my book, Strategic Relocation, is that, even though most people will survive the nuclear strikes, if they're not within the cities and not directly down to the fallout within 20 or 30 miles, nevertheless, the social unrest that will be unleashed to this nation because there's no electricity, there's no food deliveries, there's no water supplies, there's nothing going on. We're going to be back to a fourth world country in an instant. And that's the thing that is most difficult for people in large metropolitan areas, is that even good people are forced to pillage for food once they run out, and once the stores within 2 days, probably less than 6 hours, there's nothing left. And so it really does take some rethinking this thing, because Americans have never been attacked on its mainland. We've never had a major crisis.
Well, outside of places, what happened in September of 2000.
Well, yeah, but that was just downtown New York City. That really didn't affect, except for the draconian government shutting down the airlines. It didn't affect the rest of the country.
Oh, that's true.
You see, and you could bring forward all the support to help them. But when it happens on 15 or 20 different cities and thousands of other particular communication sites around the United States and around the world, suddenly they're without any first responders. Nobody in the hospitals has any protection.
Joe, what's preventing them from doing it right now? Economy screwed up, military stretched to its limits. Not a better time than right now.
Well, they could do it right now because of our disarmament and things, but I think they're looking for the edge. They're very destabilized because they don't know about the secret weapons programs that are going on at Area 51 and other underground bases, and they're worried about that.
So they're worried that they could be concerned then about retaliation.
That's right. They don't know that the United States is in fact not going to, give permission to retaliate until we start the near strike. They just don't know. They're worried about, they're trying espionage. So one of the purposes in the U.S. making a deal with the Soviets, for example, in the Clinton administration, that we would keep 50% of our submarines in port to make sure that they could be targeted easily by the Russians. The Russians...
Oh, that's crazy.
It's just crazy, and the American people still don't believe me when I tell them that. It's right there in the newspapers. Good thing. We want to make sure the Russians felt sure that our submarines are vulnerable. Know that we have benevolent intentions. I mean, this is just really...
these leaders need to go into the military for a couple of years and come back with a better understanding of how to protect this country. I spent my 9 years with the Navy. I'm not going to keep the subs in port. They're out. They're going to be on the shores. They're going to be, off of Russia. They're going to be off of China.
But you will ask anybody in the military service that those subs are 50% installed at any one time, and that's because of the treaty, of the agreement. It's not a treaty, but it's an agreement with Russia. And we abide by it, and they cheat on everything. In fact, even after the fall of the Soviet Union,
Oh, it was Daryl. He's really pretty cool about that. I'm not even 12 yet. Look at my best friends.
You off your stage.
I got a ridiculous chair. You want that?
You know, you can have the whole thing.
I'll save the other one for later, but I actually can't eat two.
Okay.
Do you want that?
I don't think so.
You don't? That's fine. But I cannot eat two at one time.
Dad likes it.
You want to see the other? Yeah.
Oh. We don't let you drink monsters. So crazy. Dances around the pharmacy and sings. I'm sorry, you can't do your drugs at work.
Or same thing, monster?
Huh?
From a monster?
Not a monster?
Well, same thing.
Oh, it's not.
Exact same thing.
You took a picture of something for Ian? What was that?
One of Ian's pet peeves is people who say things wrong. And he has a bunch of great stories where he was doing a job interview once. And I forget how it actually came up. But Ian was talking about whether she had to do something or other. And her reply was, oh yeah, that's easy. It's not rocking science. Not rocking science. What do you think? And one of his other pet peeves are people that call espressos espresso. I want an espresso from Starbucks. Give me an espresso. Because people think espressos are espresso. I think it makes you express. And it's the Monster brand version of espresso is called espresso.
He was like, ah.
I'm so glad it's in my mind. That was my price.
Thank you. Oh, goodness. I wouldn't know I didn't have it when I went to use it. I was thinking. Hey, get back in there. Get back in there. One of my decorations, I heard it once, took a little 3-drawer dresser, a little higher than that, a little wider than that, and put one of those tops on it. The shelving bookcase, I painted green, so that it was only about this tall. It would look like one unit, painted it all same color, so it was all unified. And it was their bar. Their glasses, martini glasses, their highball glasses, their shot glasses were all on the shelves, and their liquor was on top of the dresser, while their bottles were, in the pizza part, toilet part. You know what I'm talking about. And then the drawers had corkscrews and stuff that you would need to strainers and whatever. Absolutely darling. Where would I put that? I suppose this would be the only place we go, but I really like how that looks. Cute. But that was a really nice and bar.
Cool.
The class is finally happy there.
What's the highball?
I probably don't have one. You know those square glasses?